Today's lesson is called Topic Writing, How to Write a Narrative Essay. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff.
And I'm Hanny.
Hello, folks. Welcome to this month's episode. Today we're talking about writing, of course, but we're talking about a specific type of writing. We're going to be writing a narrative or a narrative essay. So, first of all, I think you guys all know what the word essay means. It's kind of a general term for a piece of persuasive writing, but a narrative essay? Well, for the most part, a narrative essay is an essay that tells a story. Okay, that's the idea here. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be telling a story. Yes, today is all about storytelling, okay? What does that mean? That means that there's going to be a series of events, okay? And we are going to be talking about them, writing about them so that other people can follow and know what happened to us and what is going on in our story as well. Now, when you are storytelling, remember, okay? You can't just say, this and that happened to me, the end. You've got to have details. God is in the details. So yes, make sure you add interesting details. And also, your story has to make sense, okay? There can't be problems in logic or problems with logic in your essay. If so, it won't be clear. No one will know what happened to you and your story will make no sense and no one will want to read it.
好，我们这次主题式写作的重点就是要学习如何撰写叙述文。那写叙述文其实就是在考验我们说故事的技巧。你在描述一件事情的经过时，要把细节交代清楚。我们要把5个 W 1个 H 把它交代清楚，又包含 Who 故事的主角是谁， What 发生了什么事， When 什么时候发生， Where 在哪里发生， Why 为什么呢？那么 How 怎么发生的？那把这些细节告诉读者之后，你还要把事情都串起来表达你的论点，然后要有逻辑性，你要让人家清楚知道这个故事的重点。同学们要记得哦，不要写出没有意义、没有目的的流水账。我们所描述的事件必须是具有叙述的重要性或是价值，这样才会让人感兴趣。
All right, I say we get started. Today, we're going to be writing a narrative essay, a story. But it's not going to be a boring story. No one wants to hear a boring story. Once upon a time, I went to the 7-Eleven and I bought a Coca-Cola. It was delicious. Yeah, but everyone's falling asleep. That doesn't make for a good story. How about we write about something great and awesome, something that you will remember forever? How about you guys write about an unforgettable day? So that's, yeah, it sounds good, doesn't it? I already want to know more. That's what stories are all about. People should want to know what you're going to say next. So, in this essay, okay, you're going to describe what happened on your unforgettable day, how you felt, and all sorts of other things pertaining to you and your mental and emotional state on that day. So anyways, I'm going to start you off, okay? Remember, these are example sentences that you could write. I'm going to start you off, and then you guys need to fill in the blanks. So, you could say something like this. Standing ready in running position, reaching back for the baton, blank. Oh, man, that sounds super cool. It sounds like a race is underway during your unforgettable day.
好，在今天的课程中，我们是要以难忘的一天来当题目来练习写这个叙述文。好，那么同学们在下笔之前，你可以先想想看你自己要用第一人称的角度来叙述，还是用第三人称角度来客观的说明。然后你接着就要想咯，你要照时间顺序来讲， 再点出你的主旨，还是说你要开门见山先点出这个事件的重要性，先让读者知道说你为什么要写这个故事呢？然后接着再把这个事件娓娓道来。好，那我们课文第一段的开头呢，他一开始开场白写得很生动哦。他说在起跑位置就定位，手往后伸，要去抓接力棒。好，那这时候读者马上这个脑海里面就会有画面了，就会想到自己要就定位啊，然后甚至想到在操场上在跑道上准备接下接力棒那种紧张感受。好，那接着空格他是说我从未想过我必须做出道德决定。好，那这边同学们在写句子的时候要注意时态，因为它是在描述过去式，过去发生的事，所以你要过去式。那么我从未想过其实就是要表达说我从来没有预料到怎么样怎么样，你可以用 I never expected to 加上原形动词来表达。那么做出决定你可以用 make a decision， 那么 decision 的前面加上 moral 来形容道德的。好，那我们请 Jeff 老师帮我们念句子。
Standing ready in running position, reaching back for the baton, I never expected to have to make a moral decision. So there you go. That's the first sentence in the first paragraph. We're off to a good start. Why? Because this is all very surprising and exciting too. A race alone is exciting. But this person is about to take the baton, and now they're going to have to make a moral decision too. Where do races and morality meet? That's kind of strange, but at the same time, intriguing and interesting. I want to read on. Speaking of reading on, it's time for you guys to start constructing the second sentence of this paragraph. Blank. That's for you guys. And I wanted it to be one I'd never forget. So, start writing once again.
好，我们刚刚那个句子你就会想说要接接力棒跟做出道德决定有什么关系，就会引起你的兴趣想要读下去，对不对？那下一句他说那是我高中最后一次运动会，然后接着他说我希望那会是我难忘的一天。好，那我们要表达运动会你其实可以用 sports day 来表示就可以了。好，那接着我们请 Jeff 老师帮我念整个句子。
It was my last high school sports day, and I wanted it to be one I'd never forget. Again, this all sounds great, and there's a lot of great details there. This person is running. They're reaching back for the baton. There's a moral decision in this race, which is really super interesting. And then on top of that, it's this person's last high school sports day. There will never be one ever again. These are all details that are very interesting. They are bringing you into that story, attracting you to it. And yes, this person, it's their last high school sports day, and they want to never forget it as long as they live. So they want to win, right? They want this day to be unforgettable for this reason, right? Because they won? Not exactly. Okay, anyways, this day did turn out to be super great, but I think it had to do something with the moral decision or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I want to find out, so let's read on. And that's for you guys to do for us now. Give us something to read. Let's go ahead and construct the third sentence of the first paragraph right now. Guys, this is all for you.
好，接着我们要点出我们的主旨咯。的确大家都会希望最后一次运动会是难忘的一天。那下一句他就特别要说明说为什么要写下这个故事了。他这边就是用一个转折来引起读者的兴趣。好，这个句子他说结果那天的确令我难忘，但是原因并非如我所愿。好，那么 unforgettable 这个字就可以用来形容难以忘怀的，同学们可以使用这个字。那接着你还可以用片语 turn out。 turn out 它表示结果发现怎么样，最后结局怎么样。那这个片语常常用来表达某件事它的发展啊，或是结果出乎意料。所以你可以说 it turned out to be unforgettable， 就表示说结果那天很令人难忘。好，可是现在我们要强调说的确确实怎么样怎么样，这时候你就可以用助动词 do does did 来加强语气。所以你把它加进去之后，你可以说 it did turn out to be unforgettable 怎么样怎么样。好，那我们请 Jeff 老师帮我念整个句子。
It did turn out to be unforgettable, but not for the reason I'd hoped. So perhaps this person had ideas of glory and winning the gold medal and being the winner for the day. And yes, this person did end up having an unforgettable day. But they could have never, ever in a million years predicted what was going to happen and make this day so unforgettable. Anyways, that's it for the first paragraph. Let's dig into the second paragraph. Okay, this is an unforgettable day, or it's going to be. We don't know why it's going to be unforgettable yet, but it's going to be an unforgettable day. And there is just tension in the air. It's the last high school sports day, and they're in the middle of a race. Now, what is happening in the race, though, right now? Okay, and this is where things get really, really fun. Let's go ahead and introduce some action. You can say something like, I was neck and neck with the runner in the next lane when he... Uh-oh, there's a blank for you guys. I believe they call that a cliffhanger.
好，现在我们第二段本文呢是要按照时间先后顺序来这个叙述故事。那在写故事的时候，我们可以用很生动的细节来描述，就会增加故事的精彩度还有真实性，你就可以让读者有身临其境的感受。像我们的范文他就写到说，我原本跟隔壁跑道的跑者并驾齐驱，不分上下，这时候他怎么样了？好，那这个空格里面就要填入的是忽然绊了一跤并重摔在地。好，那表达绊倒绊了一跤，我们可以用trip 这个动词来表示 trip 这个字，它当动词有绊倒的意思。好，那我们请 Jeff 老师帮我们念整个句子。
I was neck and neck with the runner in the next lane when he suddenly tripped and hit the ground hard. Wow. Ooh, indeed. By the way, if you're neck and neck with someone, you are at the same level in that race. You're going at about the same speed. You're really racing, and no one is in the lead for the most part. So that's a great detail. There's tension. You're neck and neck, and then this other person trips, falls down, and hits the ground. But that's not enough. They hit the ground hard. There. That is intriguing. Now, let's keep the momentum going here with the next sentence. Now, one note, though, before we do. In this part of the essay, when you're telling the story, okay, make sure you tell the story in order, chronological order. You tell your reader how the story unfolds piece by piece, and it has to make sense. You can't say one thing and then the other and have those two things conflict. Things can't be out of order. That will confuse your reader, and they won't want to read anymore. Anyways, this person tripped and hit the ground hard, and then something else happens. Blank and walked him to the finish line. Sounds like our story just got super interesting. Anyways, the first part of the sentences for you guys. Get to work.
好，刚刚 Jeff 老师提醒我们在叙述这一段这个故事的过程啊，你一定要记得那个时间顺序，不能乱掉，然后一定要记得那个逻辑性。好，那我们下一句是要讲说，我停下脚步，将他的手搭在我肩膀上，然后之后他写说，接着和他一起走向终点线。好，我们这边要表达说停下脚步，你可以用 skid to a stop 或者是 skid to a halt。好 skid 这个字它拼作 skid， 那这个动词它就有停止前进的意思。好，那我们接着就请 Jeff 老师帮我们念整个句子。
I skidded to a stop, put his arm around my shoulder, and walked him to the finish line. By the way, valiant effort there describing the word skid. Okay, maybe a sound will be a better definition. If you skid to a halt, you make a sound like this. Like you're in an automobile and you have to slam on the brakes. You skid to a halt or to a stop. And here, this runner, this person has to stop. They're going so fast, so they skid to a stop. And then this person grabs the other racer there nicely, puts his arm around the shoulder there, and they walk together to the finish line. Now, no one's going to win this race walking like so, but this does make for a better story. Now, speaking of this story, all stories must have an end, and next we're going to finish out our story, okay? In the third paragraph, we are going to conclude things, okay? And we're going to talk about how this unforgettable day and the events of this day made you feel, okay? You could say something like, for me, blank. And there's another blank canvas for you guys.
好，第三段我们就要做结论了。当我们描述完整个事件经过，你就要来说明这次事件所带来的感受。你要让读者清楚知道说你这个故事的重点是在哪里。好，那最后我们这个练习句子，它就是说，对我来说，没有任何比赛值得我伤害所在乎的人。好，那么要表达比赛、竞赛，英文可以用competition 这个名词来表达。那么要说值得做某事，你可以用 worth 加上动词 ing。好，那么接着就请 Jeff 老师帮我们念整个句子。
For me, no competition will ever be worth hurting the people I care about. So there you go. You don't win the gold medal, but you do win a friend for life. That's pretty good. Anyways, folks, with that, it's time for us to go ahead and read from our example piece of writing. Remember, we're writing a narrative essay, so let's take a look. The piece of writing is called An Unforgettable Day. And yes, as I've said before, if something is unforgettable, you're not going to forget it. You are going to remember it forever. So, an unforgettable day is a great day that will stay in your memory forever.
好，那我们的标题叫做 An Unforgettable Day。好，来看这个字 Unforgettable， 它是指难以忘怀的。那我们知道 forget 是忘记嘛，那么后面的 able 它表示能够怎么样，而字首 un 它表示相反或者是无，所以把它合在一起就是没有办法忘掉的，那就是难以忘怀的。
All right, let's take a look at paragraph number 1. Standing ready in running position, reaching back for the baton, I never expected to have to make a moral decision. It was my last high school sports day, and I wanted it to be one I'd never forget. It did turn out to be unforgettable, but not for the reason I'd hoped. So there you go. That's the introduction. And here we're talking about a race, a person participating in a race on their final high school sports day, which is pretty interesting. We've already talked about this. Now, as for one of these details, okay, this person, it says, is reaching back for the baton, which tells me that they are racing a relay, or they're running a relay race. Now, what is a relay race or a relay? That's a race where there are multiple people running the same race. Not competitors, people who are on the same team and are taking turns running that race. Now, when one person stops running and another person starts running, okay, the way you know that happens is that they pass this thing called a baton. So when you stop running, you pass the baton to the next person and they start running. They start their leg of the relay. And yes, this thing they pass is called a baton. A baton is a short stick or a tube that is passed between one person and another in a relay race. You pass a baton when you stop running and another person is supposed to start running.
好，我们来看这个第一句，它有提到一个字叫做 baton。baton 它就是指接力棒、指挥棒。那刚刚 Jeff 老师说的 relay race， 那就猜得到它是接力赛的意思。还要请同学们特别注意，第一句它用到 standing ready in running position, reaching back for the baton， 然后后面说 I never 怎么样怎么样。好，那这个句子呢，它是省略了连接词，又省略了一样的主词，也就是它前面那个 standing 之前呢，它省略同样的 I 这个主词，然后它再把这个动词改成现在分词 standing 啊，还有 reaching， 这样就会形成分词构句，让这个句子更精简了。
Okay, let's start the second paragraph. I was the fastest runner in my grade, and I was determined to help my team beat the school's record time. As I felt the baton press into my hand, I took off like a shot. Anyways, this person was determined to help their team. If you are determined to do something, you really, really want to do that thing. If you are determined, you are going to do that thing. You're telling yourself that. You're saying, I'm going to do that thing. I'm going to achieve that thing. I'm going to reach some goal. And you know what? I'm not going to quit. There is no way I am going to stop until I reach my goal. Now, some people are super, super determined, and they're so determined that they might ignore a friend in need. Luckily, the person in our piece of writing here is not that cold-blooded. They're determined, yes, but not so determined and ruthless that they won't stop to help a dear friend, but I digress. Now, before we move on here, we've got one phrase to talk about: to take off like a shot. Here, this person started running immediately, and they started running very quickly, not unlike how a cannonball is shot from a cannon or how a bullet is shot from a gun. They took off like a shot. They started running like mad.
好，我们来看这边有一个单字叫做 determined。determined 它是形容说下定决心的或是决意的。好，我们可以用 be determined to do something 来表达下定决心要做某事。好，再看下一句，我们有一个片语叫做 take off like a shot。好 ，take off 我们可以用来指事业起飞或者是飞机起飞。那在这边它还可以指起跑啊、起步这样子。后面搭配一个 like a shot， 同学们就可以想象说，哇，你如果子弹射出去这样，咻，所以它会非常快。那么 take off like a shot 就表示飞快的啊，立刻冲出去这样子。
Okay, let's continue with our story. I was neck and neck with the runner in the next lane when he suddenly tripped and hit the ground hard. Oh no. He was my competitor, but he was also my best friend. Wow, what detail! So, I had to choose, lead my team to victory or stop and help my friend. So, I believe we talked about a moral decision earlier. So this person is determined to win, but now they're faced with a moral decision. Do they let their best friend fall down and get hurt and do nothing about it? Or do they stop and do the right thing, the moral thing? Think about that while I make the following explanations. First of all, we talked about this before. If you are neck and neck with someone, you are even to that person, or even with that person, I should say, in a race, okay? In terms of speed, let's say, in terms of position, you might be in the same place or at the same level or something like that, but the idea is that no one is really in the lead right now. People are moving at the same rate. They're both in first place, let's say, and it's really, really close. That's what it means to be neck and neck. Now, it says here that he was my competitor. That's what it said there in this story. But what is a competitor? A competitor is someone you are competing against. You are competing, or you're competitors. You're both in the same contest or race, and you're all trying to do the same thing, and you're trying to do that thing better than the other people there, or the other people in that contest, the other competitors.
好，接着我们来看到有一个单字叫做 competitor。我们现在学它的动词是 compete， C-O-M-P-E-T-E。那这个动词它表示竞争、对抗。好，那我们课文里面这个 competitor 是指对手或是竞争者。好，现在作者就写到他这个两难的这个道德决定，他到底是要冲出去赶快赢呢，还是要停下来帮助他这个朋友呢？好，那么接着我们来看到还有一个片语叫做 neck and neck。 好，在赛马当中呢， neck 它就是指马的头部跟颈部。那你想想看 neck and neck 它就表示说两匹马它的速度不相上下，也就是这个并驾齐驱，他们实力相当，难分高下。所以现在这个作者他就碰到两难啦，明明本来是两个不分轩轾，那现在朋友倒下了，他要不要帮他呢？好，接着我们请 Jeff 老师继续帮我们读下去。
Okay, it only took a split second to make up my mind. Our story continues. I skidded to a stop, put his arm around my shoulder, and walked him to the finish line. By the way, yes, How nice this person made the right moral decision. Anyways, it says here that it only took a split second. If something takes a split second, it takes almost no time at all. You make that decision instantaneously. It only takes you a moment, an instant, or a split second. Further, it says, I skidded to a stop. Here's that sound effect again, everyone. Yes, if you skid to a stop in a car, you might hear that sound. Or on a motorcycle, you could hear that sound as well. But here the idea is that this person was moving at a high rate of speed, and they had to stop suddenly. And they might skid in order to do so.
好，接着我们来看一下哦。他说他马上就下定决心，他要来帮这个朋友了。那这边有一个用语叫做 split second。好，它表示极短的时间，一瞬间，一刹那。那么 split 这个形容词，它是形容分开的或是劈开的。那 a split second 从字面上的意思是分开的一秒，那就表示是非常短暂的时间。那接着来看到 skid 这个动词，我们先前有提到，它是指停止前进。那当我们说 skid to a stop 可以用来指这个汽车或是机车这样紧急刹车突然停下来，就会发出 Jeff 老师刚刚那个咦的声音。好，那它在用在课文里面就是指这个跑者呢，他本来是全速前进，然后突然停下来，所以就用 skid to a stop 来表示。
Okay, let's wrap things up. That day, I learned about the cost of winning. For me, no competition will ever be worth hurting the people I care about. In the end, my friend and I crossed last, but we crossed together. Anyways, before we take a break, let's talk about the word competition. We've already talked about the word competitor. A competition is a contest in which competitors compete. Okay, so then we've got the noun competition. That's a thing. That's the contest. A competitor, that's also a noun. That's the person. And then compete. That is the verb. So the competition here is the event. It's the contest. That's where people are trying to win, or that's the thing in which people are trying to win.
好，我们刚刚学到 compete, competitor， 那这边出现另外一个词性叫做 competition， 它是名词，就表示比赛、竞赛。好，那它的意思其实就跟 contest 很像，就是比赛、竞赛的意思。
All right, folks, with that, our lesson is now complete, but I sure do hope you guys had a good time writing along with us this month. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.